Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player. As you know, there is one more very important video to mark the end of season 4 of Haikyuu. We already saw the season 4 all-star team as well as the global all-star team for the series up to this point. But today, we are gonna do the top 5 moments from season 4 of Haikyuu. If my teeth are purple, it's because I've been drinking wine to ready myself for this conversation we're about to have. I've been stressed out, okay? This has been a tough process. So I had to get myself ready, you know, a little loosened up to break the news to all of you. I cannot reiterate enough how hard it was to pick 5 moments from this season. Honestly, I was in consultation with the Love House yet again. For those of you who missed last video about the All-Star team, the Love House is the channel members. Okay, we're a tight group. Feel free to join if you feel like it. You're missing out if you're not a part of the club. They're like, no, you're not. Just kidding. But I'm serious. They suggested doing the top 5 on-court moments and the top 5 like character development moments. And I said, too easy. Let's make it as hard on myself as possible and just keep it to 5 and make everybody mad at me. So that's what I decided to do. I can't wait for all of the controversy that's about to brew from this video. This was hard. I even did a live stream about this with the Love House to like come up with the top moments, and I have my notebook here. So many notes. We had so many gems of moments in season 4. And looking at my list, I feel bad because I feel like they're all kind of like, you know what, I'm not gonna give anything away. You'll find out. I wanna say, and I'll give a disclaimer, I feel like my personal top 5 moments as a professional volleyball player are probably quite different from just like the normal Haikyuu watcher. Okay, I'm a lot more critical of the volleyball piece. I feel like different moments maybe impacted me more deeply than other people, just based on my history with the sport and playing the sport and like all of that. So I want to give that as a disclaimer to hopefully dispel any argument I'm about to encounter. I'm nervous, can you tell? Can you tell that I'm nervous to start this list? I'm probably gonna complete this video and then be like, should that have been my list? Like, oh, but what about this? I feel like we can't go wrong. Okay, let's just agree on that. Whatever moments we select, we can't go wrong. So, let's start at number 5, or the moment that I have selected at the present moment will be my number 5. Okay, let me look at my notebook. Ooh, yes. Okay, number 5 in the top 5 moments of Haikyuu season 4 is the interaction between Tanaka Kageyama that kind of highlighted just how far the recrowned king has come. Okay? a lot of my moments are more like general concepts, and they incorporate a lot of things rather than just like one moment. So like, yes, we will call this the Tanaka Kageyama encounter. Let's set the scene. Tanaka, not doing his best, but he makes some big plays. He's not feeling it. So he turns to Kageyama and he's like, hey, I think you should lay off setting me for a second. And Kageyama just looks at him and he's like, no. We need your attacks. Just gave Kageyama the little boost that he needed to keep pushing through. Okay, that highlights also the recrowned king moment of like, let's just not give the hitters what they need, but let's bring out the best in all of our hitters and the people that are on the court. Okay, goody two shoes, no more. And Atsumu actually noticed that moment. He was like, whoa, what happened to goody two shoes? That's right, because Kageyama understood that Tanaka is an integral part of the Karasuno team and the Karasuno offense, and he needs to be engaged and believe in himself for the team to win. So he was like, absolutely not, dude. I'm gonna keep setting you. Shut up and score, okay? He said it nicer than that, but you get the idea. I don't know. That moment in and of itself might not be like groundbreaking, but I think it really showed how far Kageyama has come as a leader, as a player, as a setter. And it kind of put it all, like the total development we've seen, especially through episode 7, when they had that fight at practice, like, and everybody was arguing in episode 7. That was like the practical application of Kageyama's development. And that moment hit me so hard and I loved it so much. The number 4 moment in our season 4 highlights is the final Tsukushima narration at the end of the match against Inarizaki. Okay, why did that hit me? The final play in and of itself was great, don't get me wrong. Did I think that it was like so poetic that Hinata and Kageyama were the ones to block the twins' back freak quick attack on match point? Absolutely. But I think the thing that made it so much more impactful and beautiful was the way that Tsukushima was explaining that final moment. And he was basically saying like, this moment lasted 0.1 seconds, and it was like so fast and everyone, whatever. The only two that didn't waver were Hinata and Kageyama. And of course it was them. And I think it just kind of sums up the protagonist story that has been going all throughout Haikyu, of the Hinata-Kageyama relationship, their whole dynamic, what makes them so special as individuals and as a duo. And just to hear that articulated from one of their teammates in such a succinct and like respectful way, that made me more emotional than the final point itself. And I love that that's how the match ended. I think it is so perfect. I think the entire series of Haikyu so far has been building up to that point. But to hear that from Tsukushima's point of view, like, got me. And so that is why I am picking Tsukushima's PostBlock monologue as top moment number 4. Number 3 in Haikyu season 4 top 5 moments is not a moment, but definitely a concept. And that concept is Kita. Yes, Kita was present for several episodes, mostly the last 6 episodes of this season, but just like, how do you pick just one? So like just him as a person is top moment number 3. Don't argue with me. I make the rules. I said what I said. Thank you. So why? First of all, I feel like Kita is my sport soulmate. My doppelganger. I identified with him so much as far as his like attitudes, the way he approached the day-to-day, his fixation on the process, his attention to detail, the way he held himself and others accountable. Just like, for me, he embodied everything that I value in high performance athletes, more so than any other character in Haikyuu. Also, his speech during episode 24 about the monsters, it kind of started in episode 23 at the very end, and he continued it into the start of episode 24. Just like, is it weird to be older than guys and like sit behind them? Like, no. Because some people just operate at a different level than the rest of us. Some people just live and breathe the sport in a way that the rest of us just won't understand. And instead of getting butthurt about it, you need to soak that up and be grateful that you've been able to be in their presence. Like, when he like grinded and was just selfless and performed just like, he was a leader that led through service. And he didn't have his jersey, and then finally he got it. And to like see the emotion from him, to see the head-to-head between him and Daichi of like, we know what our role is. We're not the ones that are gonna lead the way and do crazy things and like necessarily be the center of attention, but we're gonna hold down the fort and we're gonna make sure the foundation is strong. So, and even his last speech in episode 25 of just like expressing gratitude at having been able to share the court with his teammates for all those years. And that he wished that he could have said like, look how amazing my team is for just a few more matches. Like, Kita, the concept of Kita, the person of Kita is a mood. It is me, it is everything I value, and I am like so in love with that character that he just deserves his own moment. So Kita is number 3. I wonder if you guys know what my top 2 moments are. I will say both of them brought me to tears. That doesn't narrow it down very well, does it? Okay. My number 2 moment from Haikyuu season 4 is the Noya Kinoshita connection in episode 21. Man, episode 21 was a banger. I think we can agree on that. But, you know, the start of the episode, Kinoshita goes in, he expects big things from his opportunity. He doesn't necessarily feel like he executed or the results were what he wanted. and feels kind of let down because he's like, Yamaguchi was a hero, this person was a hero, this person was a hero, like I wanted that too. And then Atsumu goes off on the serve. Noya is struggling. Atsumu is one of the only guys that has challenged Noya for the entire series, and he's not doing his best. But at a point that really matters, he pulls the change-up serve, and Noya, in the back of his head, remembers his training with Kinoshita and how important it was to be able to train himself to take the pass with his hands. He's about to pass it with his forearms, and he hears Kinoshita give him a cue from the bench, which reminds him to do this. He executes the pass. Karasuno wins the point. He turns and points at Kinoshita, and they just like have this moment. And it's just like, heroes come in many different forms. Did Kinoshita physically score that point? No. But he kind of did. Like, his cue to Noya is what got him on track to execute the point so the team could succeed. His training and the time that he spent with Noya to learn those things prepared him for that moment. And the fact that Noya was able to acknowledge that and give Kinoshita the credit that he deserved, even though he's a bench player, that is humility, that is gratitude, and those are things that I value so, so much. So that moment for me, I just like died. It was so good to me, I cannot even stress it enough. So number 2 moment for me in Haikyuu Season 4 was the Kinoshita-Noya connection. My top moment from Haikyuu Season 4 is Tanaka's angle swing in episode 16. Yes. I don't think I have been impacted so deeply from one moment in an anime. Apart from that, I was sobbing, you guys. Tanaka's monologue. He acknowledges that he, might not be the best player. He feels very average. He constantly feels like he's climbing up these stairs. He speaks about the self-doubt. He speaks about the challenges that he goes through having the role he does and the skill set he does. But it's like he had struggled in set 1 up to that point. The backup referees and line judges were kind of making fun of him. I did not like that, by the way. Rude. But he kept pushing. He kept working his butt off, going for every ball, being the teammate that his team needed him to be. Is he a superstar? No. But he understands his role and he embraces his role, more importantly. And when it came down to it, despite making several errors in the first set, he kept pushing. And he got set at a critical point, match point, and given how he was feeling, it would have been really easy for him to make a safe shot, to keep the ball in, or maybe even make another error. But he went for it, and he went for a shot and a swing that he had been working for that may not have been completely comfortable, and he ended up being the hero of that first set. An average guy, a guy who will never get the credit at the end of a tournament, at the end of a match. He was a difference maker, and seeing that monologue, seeing the emotion, just seeing like how he responded in that moment, like, you guys, it was so good. It was so good, and I can say without a doubt, I was unsure about a lot of moments throughout this season, but that is the one that I knew without a doubt that I was going to put on this list. So that is why Tanaka's set point angle swing is my #1 moment for Haikyuu season 4. Okay, I have one honorable mention moment. I'm including it because I know that all of you are like punching your screens right now that I didn't include it, because I know that all of you for sure had it on your list, probably as #1. I repeat, go back to the beginning of this video where I said I chose my moments based on my experience as a volleyball player and a professional athlete. Okay, I cannot be held responsible. Hinata's receives, digs. I know you guys are obsessed with Hinata. I know. He is a cute, energetic, bubbly, enthusiastic protagonist. What's not to love? I get it. As a volleyball player though, is he my favorite? Absolutely not. I know I'm not making any friends with that comment, hang tight. I will say, his digs are the honorable mention for me because it shows the growth that Hinata has undergone throughout the entire series. Okay, seasons 1, 2, 3, any ball is hit in Hinata's direction, he's literally taking it off the face or getting hit by it, right? Fair to say. Hinata just wants to hit. He does not care about anything else. Now, that is before. Hold on. I think his dig against Allen and the way that he slowed everything down so his team could get a breath when everybody was like a little bit frantic shows exactly how far Hinata has come, and I cannot finish this video without addressing that because it is so true and it is impressive. The secondhand embarrassment that I felt at the beginning of season 4, where I literally wanted to just like crawl and like bury myself seeing him sneak into that training camp, it was worth it. I know. The things that he learned there set him up for what he was able to do in big moments against Inarizaki. He dug a ball by reading it, he read the play, he got himself in position, he absorbed the attack. That's a lot. And it really shows how far he's come. And also after observing the 2-on-2 matches in that training camp, to slow the ball down, to hear Ukai on the sideline yelling to slow down, to see how the team is getting a little bit ahead of themselves, to give them a chance. I hear you. I respect the development. It is huge. Okay, I did not miss it. Compared to the other moments though, do they impress me as much? No. Again, I am a volleyball player and I'm watching this from a volleyball perspective, not an entertainment perspective or the likability of a character. Okay, so say what you want to say to me now. Like, fine, I can handle it. But that is why, though, I do know how big those moments were, and that's why I'm giving it an honorable mention. You guys, I had a list of probably like 25 things that happened in season 4 that potentially could have been included on this list. Honestly, season 4 of Haikyuu was so amazing. You could pick any number of things that happened and I'd be like, oh yeah, great pick, absolutely. I think that just speaks to how amazing this season was, not only from a volleyball perspective, but a character development perspective. Like, I was even thinking about Ukai and Hinata's phone call when he was at the training camp and Hinata asked him, hey coach, like, what do I eat? Like, something so mundane as that, like, stood out to me. So I would be curious what your top 5 moments of Haikyuu season 4 are. Good luck also coming up with it. hit me up for sure. I want to see what you would put on your list. I think depending on all of our like life experiences and the things that we value or notice most, these lists are going to be so different from each other, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with for your list. If you guys have any ideas also of different Haikyu talking points that you want me to address in an upcoming video, also include that in the comment section below. I'd love to do more of these. But as always, I would be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you guys, Haikyu is not done. There is more, and I will be here to react to it, so I cannot wait. Stick around and stay tuned, because as soon as there's more Haikyu for me to react to, you know I'm gonna do it. So I have loved watching seasons 1 through 4 with you, and there is gonna be so much more. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon.